Because several, during the time, we had several patriarchs. Okay, so they were buried in this territory. Let's go inside. I will show you this round. We will talk about two kings, and then I will give you time, and then we will gather under the arch. You see, from where we entered. Okay, and please, as you see, it's a group tour again. So when I give you 10 minutes, please be precise and control the time. I know it goes very fast, so that's why please check the time. Okay, because from here we go to TiBiLSI back. From where we came, but it will be a little bit traffic, that's why it will take time. And the restaurant is pre-booked, that's why I don't want you to get be late on this restaurant. Okay? Let's go, please follow me. And dress code. Ladies should cover your head, they are scarves. And gentlemen, we should remove.
It's okay, no? It is covered.
The head is okay.
Yeah. ഇല്ല നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു കേട്ടതുപോലുള്ള കഴിഞ്ഞ സുന്ദരസമുള്ള സ്ഥലം ഇവിടെയാണത്. ഇതെല്ലാം രാജകുമാരുടെയൊക്കെ അവരുടെയൊരു കാണുന്നത് എന്നാണ് നമ്മൾ കേട്ടത്. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് ഫുൾ ഓർത്തഡോക്സ് ചർച്ച്.
Bordo solito voce galo i cartoni si circolare sa spensato di immagini смотрите он сам такой без вот эти все члены без плечи отсюда
In 18th century, Georgia generally was always one of the smallest but also strongest kingdoms, right? And he needed to ask help to someone because we were the only Christian country in this territory where you are even now. He was sending ambassadors to European countries, the time the kingdoms, to ask help. But on the way, these ambassadors were always killed, betrayed, and they never delivered the message from the king. That's why he asked help first time in our history to Russia Empire. Okay, so 1783, Russia and Georgia made agreement that Russia should have protected Georgia, never involved in politics, and sent troops if it was necessary. But like always, I make sure Russians never keep their word. Instead of protection, Russia annexed Georgia in the beginning of 19th century. So 1801. This is the date when Russia annexed Georgia. It lasted until the end of the First World War ending, so 1918. When First World War ended, we got independence. But it didn't last for a long time. Soviet Union created 1921, and Russia annexed Georgia, occupied, and also other 14 countries. So in all 15 countries were part of Soviet Union, right? Until 1991, when we got independence. So 70 years, Russia was controlling these 15 countries. There was a time, not the whole period of 70 years, but there was a time when Russian authorities were prohibited Georgians to speak in our own language, and also prohibit us to pray in the churches. So the Russians even came inside our churches and they whitewashed our walls, which means that, as you see and as you know, in our Christian churches we have frescoes. So frescoes and paintings are very different. Frescoes are the expression of all the biblical stories from the Bible, right? And in some churches there are different centuries frescoes, which is very important for us. So imagine they came inside our church, they whitewashed our walls. There was a time when Russia even bombed this specific church, this holy church, and they converted our churches into storage for guns, hospitals, nursery schools, and so on. Even the place where you go, have you been to Gafeti wine region? Hospital and some nursery school. So that's why in Georgia we are celebrating Independence Day 2 times, 1918 and 1991. Okay? So 1991, Soviet Union collapsed fortunately, and we got independence. So since that time we're an independent country, but also we went through difficult times. So just the recent history of Georgia, we will continue after we will finish our dinner and we will start walking tour. Okay? So this is a King Heracles II who tried to kind of save our country. So he was one of the last king, but not the last king, because he was in 18th century, and the last king of Kartli and Gafeti, they were the region, so we did not have united king anymore in this era. So it was his grandson, George XII, over there, was the last king of Georgia, because beginning of 19th century, the kingdom of Georgia is not existing anymore, because Russia annexed it. Okay? So follow me, I will show a very interesting room. What do you see, guys, here? What is it? Well, right? So, fortunately in Georgia, everywhere you excavate and you dig down, we have 37,000 rivers, which means that everywhere you dig it, the water will come up. That's why the water is drinkable in Georgia. We have 800 lakes and 37,000 rivers in Georgia. So they excavate this well here because they want to supply the territory with water. Because as you know, people in old times trying to settle somewhere near the rivers and the water. Because without water, we are dying, right, the human beings. So down to the well, what you see, there were also several towns. In the church and the people who lived here, who served the queens and kings, that so in itself the queens and kings lived in this territory. So even if they come inside the fortress, Georgians had a kind of a plan B. So there was a secret tunnels they could escape from this place, and also there was a secret tunnel over there. It's covered by the wooden door as you see. But at the time it was camouflaged with the stone. So imagine if you would come here and you just look up and just look at these stones, right? You just see nothing, right? So they would do the same. So they would cover this hole with a stone. So when they would come, they would not have no idea that there was a secret tunnel. Because the place where we are, the church, as you see, it's very deep walls, right? So there is a secret tunnel systems through the walls. Okay? So that's why they decided to make not only in this church, but most of the ancient church, they have secret tunnels, escaping tunnels, or secret rooms like this. When you come, they will take all the artifacts, all the important things with them, and they will survive. So this is again the small part, is also the amber, like, the altar, and also the big one where we stood before, and the big door, right? So the door is open, and these are Holy Bible, and the mass goes on. And you notice also the wedding, right? So we have civil wedding, and we have church wedding. And this is official documents. It's very important to the jurisdiction one from the government. The frescoes over there. So to the left side, you can see the hell is part from the Bible, and up there, when we enter, you see the golden bowl. So there is always a big golden bowl, unless the situation, if the church is dedicated to Saint Mary, instead of the gold fresco, there is Saint Mary. But most of the churches, in the middle of the church, very important part, there's a fresco of the gold. Okay? And very front to this figure, over there, you can see Queen Tamar fresco. Queen Tamar was one and only female ruler of a kingdom in the 13th century. Her grandfather was the greatest king of Georgia, King David the Builder in 12th century, but she was queen from 13th century. She was as powerful as all the other kings before. She maintained all the territory which was given from her grandfather. The Georgian nation made exception, and we called her not the Queen Tamar, but the King Tamar. If you Google it, King Tamar will be one of the greatest ruler in the whole world. Imagine like when the west side of the Western European countries or the Americans are reminding people about equality between female and the male, which is quite good. We are smiling Georgians because in 13th century head of the country was female, not a man. So we always knew what was equality between female and male. Plus it was even opposite. So females had much more power and they were more privileged. Generally in Georgia the woman cult is very important and very strongly kind of protected. So when we go in with the cable car up on the hill, we will see also Mother of Georgia. And later we will continue why we call it Mother of Georgia.
ഇതാണ് ഈ പറഞ്ഞ ഇതിലെഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്ന ഒക്കെ ഉള്ള കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, അതാണിതെല്ലാം. റഷ്യൻസ് എന്ന് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഡയറ്റ് വാഷ് ചെയ്തു. ഇവിടുത്തെ പ്ലാൻസ് ആണ്. ഇത് ഞങ്ങൾ ഈറ്റ് ചെയ്ത റെസ്റ്റോറൻ്റാണ്. ഇതിൻ്റെ മുകളിലായിട്ട് കണ്ട മുന്തിരി ഇങ്ങനെ അതിൻ്റെ ഹാർവെസ്റ്റിൻ്റെയും ഉണങ്ങിയ മുന്തിരി കൊല കിടക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. കാണാമോ? ഉണങ്ങിയ മുന്തിരി ഇത് നേരത്തെ ഹാർവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തതിൻ്റെ
We'll go on the simple and there will be like a nice show. So let's continue. And to the left side now you will see 6th century church. The ancient church in TiBiLSI. While it's ancient, sorry if you Google it, that revolution stayed as a red roses revolution because people were holding in their hands red roses. So he asked the Italian architect to build this bridge of peace, and it has 50,000 LEDs. And if you notice these tiny LEDs when we cross on it, just observe, it doesn't have any wire, so it's wireless kind of the illumination. And it's colored in the white color as you see because of symbol of the peace, right? But before it was colored in European Union flag, because again, we are not officially in European Union, but we just got 2 months ago candidate status of European Union, so soon hopefully we will be part of European Union. But while again, as you mentioned, the appearance of the people, culture, religion, mentality is more near to Europe, it's considered officially Eastern European country. That's why they gave us free Schengen zone status. So it means that we don't need visa to go to European countries. So we can go freely to 120 countries. So 80 countries without visa and 40 countries like you came here very easily, visa on arrival. It's almost like it's not a visa. So in 40 countries we just need to go visa on arrival, like to Philippines, to Brazil and the other countries we just need visa on arrival. Rest of these 80 countries we don't need visa. So we will cross now. Difficult and rough time for Georgians because our economics also collapsed. We had first president of the country in 1991 who led the country for 2 years. Because as you know, as good person you are in politics, nobody lets you lead the country. So he was very patriotic and very nice person, but he was killed after 2 years. Then we had president who led the country for 10 years, but nothing developed and nothing changed. Eduard Shevardnadze, we call him the biggest mafia president of the country, and he was until 2003. It was 1993 when I was born. This period, 90s, was very difficult time because there was no electricity. It was dangerous to go outside, and the economics was also very low, the corruption and so on. So from 2004, remember this date because it's very important for our modern history. From 2004, we had new president called Mikhail. The name and surname is Saakashvili. So Mikhail Saakashvili graduated from Oxford and Harvard University. He was youngest president in the world, 37 years old. George Bush attended his inauguration when he became a president from 2004. Dubai Sheikh gifted him 30,000 palm trees to make a boulevard next to the Black Sea. We have resort Batumi. People from Dubai, when they visit Batumi, this is seaside resort. So our seaside is not Dubai like whole year. You have the seaside season like summer. Our summertime is proper summertime. So June, July, August only 3 months. So we always go in these months to Batumi. So they made a boulevard, and the longest like 14-kilometer boulevard in Batumi city. So people from Dubai, when they visit Batumi, they call it New Dubai. People from US, when they visit there, they call it Las Vegas of the Black Sea because this city is full of the casinos and a lot of Turkish and Muslim community. People are going there because it's prohibited mostly in Muslim countries, right? So especially the Turkey, which is our neighbor country, a lot of people from there, they are going in Batumi because we have border from Turkey to Batumi city. So zero corruption, new roads, electricity in every village and every city, new investments, insurance and the educational system got very strong. The world leaders got information about Georgia as a country, not a state in US. So when people were traveling here, they say, oh, I'm going to Georgia. You're going to US? No, it's a country of Georgia. So people figure out that there was a separate country. And even though if you Google it in Google later, the ancient countries in the whole world, from top 10, you will see there will be Georgia. Because the country where you are, it's one of the ancient civilization in the whole world, within its own unique alphabet, language, and so on, as we talked before. Plus, as we mentioned, Georgia is between Europe and Asia, right? So we were struggling a lot because these Asian tribes, which we mentioned before, were always going through our country and kingdom in old times because it was the only shortcut way from Asia to Europe. Because as you know, Georgia is surrounded by Caucasian mountains or Caucasus mountains, call it as you want. From the north and the south, we have this mountain structure. Because it's great and because it's really big structure of the mountain, officially in English, the name is the Great Caucasian. And sometimes we say that Georgia is a very blessed country because of that mountains, we don't have hurricanes in Georgia. We don't have earthquakes because 60-70% of the country is more mountainous. And as you know, the forest and the roots of the trees are stronger and maintains the land because from the collapse from the land, right? So rarely we have the earthquakes.
We don't have alligators or piranhas in the rivers. Don't be afraid, just ignore. We don't have sharks in the Black Sea. Very nice balloon.
bridge LED light pine leaves look like നമ്മുടെ എന്താ ക്രിസ്മസ് ട്രീ പോലെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന കേട്ടോ ഇത് പൈൻ ട്രീ ആണ് ഓക്കെ ഇപ്പോൾ ഗൈഡിനോട് ചോദിച്ചപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞതാണോ നല്ലതല്ലേ കണ്ടാൽ നോ ലൈറ്റ് അപ്പോൾ
Hindi ka gaya ng gano'n. Kasi is ang bilis din eh. Mahaba yun eh. Hindi ilan lang sa isang ay kamalik.
Very beautiful hill station. The Mother of President Bridge. Night view ആണ്. ഇതൊരു ഹിൽ സ്റ്റേഷൻ. ഇപ്പോൾ കാടുകൾ.
So he ordered to remove TiBiLSI City from Treta to here because TiBiLSI would take all the attacks on itself. The enemy would be weaker and they would not reach Treta City. That's why from 5th century TiBiLSI became capital city for all Georgia. To the left side, do you see zigzag lights on a hotel? This is the hotel. Tallest hotel. Here down, do you see bridge? Down where the cars are moving. This bridge is called Metehi Bridge, and this is Meida Square, one of the ancient and old square. This territory is very unique because down there you can see Jewish synagogue, Armenian church, Orthodox churches, Catholic church, and down to this castle, deep down there is 7th century Muslim mosque. 7th century, imagine. This is a proof that Georgia has been always very welcoming country in old times kingdom, because here nobody cares where you're from, what's your skin color, what's your ethnicity, and what's your religion. And that is proven because even they have their own temples or churches or mosques, and they live without any problems. Okay? So let's go now till Mother of Georgia.
ഇതാണ് മദർ ഓഫ് ജോർജിയ. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് കണ്ടോ, മദർ ഓഫ് ജോർജിയ. മദർ ഓഫ് ജോർജിയയുടെ അടുത്ത് എത്തി. മദർ ഓഫ് ജോർജിയയുടെ അടുത്ത് നിന്നുള്ള ഒരു വീഡിയോ ആയിട്ട് വൈൻഡ് അപ്പ് ചെയ്യാം ഇന്നത്തെ ദിവസം കേട്ടോ. ഓക്കെ, വേറൊരു വീഡിയോ ആയെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് നാളെ കാണാം. താങ്ക് യു ഓൾ. ഇന്നത്തെ ഒരു ദിവസം ഇതുകൊണ്ട് തീരുകയാണേ. സി യു, ബൈ ബൈ, ബൈ ബൈ ടുമോറോ. ഇന്നത്തെ ജോർജിയൻ ടൂറ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടെന്ന് കരുതുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു സോ മച്ച്. ബൈ ബൈ, സി യു.